Okay, hi everyone, Rachel here from Open Awards. I'm here today with Danny and he's going to introduce himself in a minute, but we're talking all things construction today, and there's a real drive at the moment to get girls in with construction, and that's what we're going to be discussing today. So Dan, do you want to explain who you are and what you do?
Okay, yeah, so Danny Rossie, we work for, well, don't work for, but we've got a team here at work for RossCon Training, which is my company. I set that up last year in September after about 15 years of working in FE colleges. I felt that it was the right time to start making more of an impact, especially more with the young people that we feel are kind of left behind and deemed as, you know, damaged as such, that they've come through the PRU system or the AP system or mainstream school or college just wasn't for them. So what we do is we run a traineeship program and a carousel around groundworks, roofing, bricklaying, joinery. We've added an element of boxing and self-development, personal development in there around routine, county lines, drug awareness, drug addiction, because they're the kind of barriers and issues that our young people face.
Yeah.
But from that, our total aim, fundamental values are to get people into work. So when we started this course, you know, we started off with one young female student, got them into work. Eventually the word started spreading, and obviously we've got a massive kind of our actual, no, we want to put everyone into work, but we have got the kind of between us this desire to work with female students into construction, because there just isn't enough and they're not coming through. And I think that goes down to a lot of things, you know. Obviously at schools, a lot of the times construction as an industry has been kind of given that naughty boys and girls sector, which is totally untrue. You know, we're a standalone sector. You know, more millionaires have gone, more apprentices in construction have gone on to be millionaires than any other sector. And what we're finding is now a lot of girls are coming through and they really, like, you know, it's not even an issue anymore. Like, well, yeah, I want to do construction. So like you say, we've got 8, we had 12, we've now got 8 on the course. They're all interested in painting, decorating, joinery. We've got one going out next week as a property maintenance ops. She can do everything. She's amazing. And then we've got a young girl, 17-year-old, who wants to go into groundworks, which is like, you know, really kind of hard labour job. But it doesn't faze them at all. You know, it doesn't faze them at all.
Yeah.
They're very, very good. At the same time, we've had to nurture that and work on the barriers, because, like I say, we had 2 young girls that came 10 weeks ago and they wouldn't walk through the door. They were that scared with anxiety, and now they're both ready for work.
Brilliant, that's amazing. So you've sort of touched upon my next question, is what do the girls enjoy about the construction element of the course then? So what's the feedback that they give to you? What's the thing that they most enjoy about that type of work?
Well, I think about the work is that practical element, you know.
Yeah.
You know, we just think it's a job for boys, and it just clearly isn't. You know, all our girls, bar one, have had bad experiences at school. You know, they didn't feel like the option of being pushed down hair and beauty or beauty and things like that, it just wasn't for them. They liked doing things with their hands. You know, they were hard working, they're practical. They learn by doing. So, you know, obviously they love coming on the program and doing the practical. That's the main thing. So we've had kind of a mixed bag, really. Some prefer the joinery, some have really got stuck into the brickwork and the groundwork. However, what we really push as a training provider, because we want to really kind of raise awareness, is the roofing element as well. So we've got a couple of young girls who are really adamant that they want to be roofers.
Yeah, brilliant. That's really, really good, and good for them as well. It's something a bit different and good on them. So if the girls do the course, then where can this lead? So obviously with the apprenticeships, I'm guessing it's employment, down the employment route. So are they offered work at the end of the course, or is there more opportunity for them to get a job, that type of thing?
Yeah, so what we do is we give they're with us for 7 weeks, and then we put them out into a work placement for around 7 weeks.
Yeah.
And come back to us 1 day a week, do their master English, continue with their employabilities and personal development. However, at the end of that employer then will offer them either an apprenticeship, they'll get an interview, but you know, I'll be honest with you, you know, how many traineeships courses are promising an interview at the end, you know, and nothing comes of it. We won't put, or especially myself, I won't put a young person into a company where there is not a job outcome at the end of it. Now, if that person goes into there and doesn't perform and doesn't get the job, then unfortunately that's where we would have to work with that person a little bit more. However, every employer has said to us that after this work placement, if they perform and we like them and they like us, we'll give them a job. And that's why our outcomes at the minute are around about 85 to 87% from our training coming on program and going into an apprenticeship.
Brilliant. That's amazing. So if there's anyone listening at the moment who's quite interested in doing this course, how do they get in touch with you guys?
So our referrals are kind of very easy. We streamline it. We have a contact at RossCon Training Ltd. All the referrals come through there. We also have our training manager, Carly. Her email's carly@rosscontraining.co.uk. What'll happen is you'll come in, you'll send an email, we'll contact you, you'll be invited in, we'll give you your initial advice and guidance, we'll discuss the plans of what you want to do and what your aspirations are and targets. Then you'll be invited into the induction day, probably 2-3 days later, and then you start the course. We don't kind of, one of the big things that I wanted to push when I started this is that, you know, our young people and our young female students as well have got a lot of barriers, and they're living in a lot of circumstances that, you know, you wouldn't wish on anyone, really. Yeah. Now, for us to turn around and say, you've missed the course, come back in 8 weeks or 10 weeks, a hell of a lot of things can happen to that young person in that time. Criminality is waiting at the gates, you know, with open arms, especially in Blackpool where we have a lot of county lines issues, you know, selling drugs and things like that. So we've got a lot of deprivation here. Yeah. So for us, it's about keeping young people, keeping young girls off the streets and keeping them safe. You know, we're running a summer camp at the minute. We've not received any funding for it. However, it's not deterred us. We've got 15 young people now who have left school, no real prospects, don't know what they want to do. So we've taken them in because we just don't want them walking the streets, because we know what's waiting for them.
Yeah. Oh no, that's brilliant. Danny, what we will probably do then is after this video, we'll link underneath, you know, to your website and how they can get in touch and things like that. But I think it would be really, really good for us to catch up with you again, if that's okay, to share what the learners are now doing now. So when they've gone through the course, especially those girls who were interested in, you know, doing the roofing and doing the other stuff as well, if we could find out where they progressed to and, you know, what jobs they've got, that type of thing, that would be amazing. So would you be up for that? Is that okay?
And 100%. I mean, just to give you an example, we have got a 14-year-old girl here at the minute who's just point blank refusing to go to school. Not for her. And, you know, she's come here and she's attended every day 100%. And she's amazing. She can do roofing, she can do joinery, she can do groundworks. She's going to have a great career. But that's because of the course we put on for her. You know, school, it is about kind of working with them, not working against them, and finding them that giving that aspiration of, listen, you know, you could be earning £3,500 a day as in the construction industry. So it's great. We're really proud of our young people, especially the ones coming in from local areas, you know. So it's great.
Yeah, brilliant. Oh, thank you so much for meeting with us today, Danny. And we'll speak to you soon. Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.